Hey, y'all. Welcome in. As you are coming in, please drop in the chat where you're joining from tonight. This is our final night of this series. It's gone by so fast. I can't believe those weeks they came and they went. But tonight, I'm talking to you about the warning signs. I consider myself the messenger of these top three warning signs that I see leaders run past. We don't stop and heed what is happening around us, especially those of us who are in the social impact space or we're founders. We are so busy, knee deep in the work. But before I hop into those, let me formally introduce myself. I'm Carlisha Bradley. I'm the founder and CEO of Amplify for Women. I'm a high performance women's leadership coach, and my work to date has impacted over 9,000 women in 23 countries. We are on a mission to support women in magnifying their message, amplifying their voices, presenting with power, but also serving them at the intersection of public speaking, personal branding, and transformational leadership coaching. My background, you will probably notice that I have an education background. I am a teacher through and through at heart. If you've been a part of this series, and especially if you've missed the series, you need to go back and check it out. But I have given you tips, tools. I've gone through what you need to do, where you need to go next, what you need to be thinking about on your journey as you prepare to step into the spotlight. This has been centered on conversations for social impact leaders and for founders, those of us who are oftentimes so deep in it. Our work is so closely tied to how we view purpose, where our heart is. It is close to us because we're either connected to the mission or it's our baby. And many times when you're so deep into the work in this way, we miss some of the warning signs on the journey. Those things that are telling us to stop and do not pass go, but we're continuing to pass go. We think that if we work 10 times as hard, if we continue to push like we've always done, that we're going to get the results. But you're leading at a different level. You're preparing for your next chapter. And I have told you time and time and time again, I think you know what I'm about to say. If you know what I'm about to say about your next level, you can drop it in the chat. I'm going to give you a second to drop it in the chat. But you know what I've been saying. What got you here, it won't get you there. And so today I'm talking about these warning signs, the warning signs that your lack of investment in your leadership is actually hurting your organization. These are three tell signs that I've seen honestly in my own leadership, but I've also seen in clients. I am no stranger and I'm not going to shy away from telling you what went wrong when I was leading, but also sharing with you what that light bulb moment was and take you on that journey to what went right. Because when I felt like many of you, I didn't have time to invest in my own leadership development. There were fires to put out, working in just such a critical time of the organization. There's always something to do. But what I didn't realize that I definitely know now, that organization was only going to grow to the extent to which I did. And if I wasn't investing in me, then I wasn't investing in my team. I wasn't investing in the vision of what was possible. And I was working 10 times as hard with very little result to show for it, aside from burnout and those little things being done each day. But when you're thinking about the 5 years down the road, is it worth it? And so when you're thinking about these signs, if this is you and you're sitting here talking about, ooh, ouch, if you can't say amen, go ahead and say ouch. You're saying ouch, I might be talking to you. There's three warning signs that your lack of investment in your leadership is hurting your organization, especially if you're in a position of leadership right now. The first one is that you can't articulate clear vision. It seems like strategy is kind of all over the place. You can't articulate a vision for where things are going. It's pretty fluid because really you have not had time to get up on the balcony and to spend the time with yourself growing your own lens so that you could lead and see what's possible for the next year, 5 years, 3 years of the organization. You can't articulate that because you're not taking the time to invest in you and your leadership. The second telltale sign that it's a warning sign that the lack of investment in your leadership is hurting your organization is that you have inconsistent decision making. Your decisions aren't rooted in your values or the organization's values. They are gut felt emotions that are driven on a whim because it's the moment that you're in. You are running from fire to fire, that your decision making is inconsistent. Somebody might get a yes, but the next day they might get a no because there's a different scenario in front of you. You don't have time to be rooted in what you stand for. And the third sign that your lack of investment in your leadership is hurting your organization. And yeah, this one hurts, but it's real, y'all. It's staff turnover or low morale. As the leader of an organization, if you are building a startup or you are a social impact leader, when you think about the team that you are taking along on this journey, if they are not connected to you, influenced by you, ready to do the work, and if they're leaving out the door, that oftentimes can directly tie to our own leadership as much as it hurts. I have had to just sit there in the mirror and look at myself and be like, Carlisha, how did you contribute to this? And what could you have done differently? And so often when leaders feel like, I don't have time to invest in me, you're also saying, I don't have time to invest in my team. Because when you are able to lead at higher levels, you then in turn give that to your team. And so when we think about these 4 C's of executive presence that I have gone over for the past 3 weeks, if you don't know what they are, let me review them one last time. The 4 C's, we're starting at character, the values, the beliefs. What do you believe in? The second C is your confidence. How are you showing up and being able to communicate this? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in what you're saying? The third C gets us to communication. How do you articulate this to your team members? And the final C is connection. Are you connecting with individuals with their values, with yours, being able to influence for change? And when you are truly leading in your lane, optimizing the highest level of your executive presence, of course, you're taking individuals along on that journey. They're choosing to opt in to follow you, not just by positional authority. Because when I'm talking about executive presence, there are people who are at an entry level position that can have more executive presence than the CEO. And in all of this series, I think what is so important to take away is that in any position, as you're growing and you're leading, stop waiting until everything is on the line, things have fallen apart to choose to invest in you. Investing in yourself and your professional development, investing in coaching is the sign of a leader who has foresight. You are not just building to put out fires, you are building for the journey. One thing that I had started to do in my career when I realized the value of professional development and coaching, I always negotiated that. I negotiated in my salary package to have professional development funds that I could allocate towards growing me for this role. Not only did it show my employer that I was invested in being better for them and for this work, but it also showed that I believe that being a continuous learner was something that I highly valued. At times, even more, yeah, you could have put that towards a salary increase. But really, when I look over my trajectory, the dividends on me choosing to invest in professional development have paid themselves 10 times, tenfold. And so when you're thinking about, do I have time for this? Am I, really ready to take this on? Do I want to commit to this right now? I have so much to do for work. You are always going to have a lot to do. You are either going to become overwhelmed, you can burn out, you can end up cycling around like many women of color, particularly, end up doing in organizations. You get the promotion, you get in the position, but you don't know what you don't know. And you don't have the adaptive leadership skills to thrive in this role, and you aren't able to influence for change, and you end up stuck. I don't want that for you. It is time to invest in you. I am hosting another Elevate cohort coming up here soon. Applications are about to close. The Elevate cohort is a unique, all-inclusive coaching program for women who are looking to enhance their public speaking skills. You are looking to accelerate your career, and you are looking to make an impact and a legacy in the work that you are trying to lead. I coach you through a process serving you at the intersection of public speaking, personal branding, and the ways in which you can show up as a transformational leader. We go on a journey for 3 months, and you do this in community with other game changing women. I intentionally curate this community and invite you to apply. When you apply, you get the opportunity to book a call. I know a lot of you are like, why do I have to get on the phone? If you are a fellow introvert, I feel you, I get it. But it's really important to me to maintain the integrity of this program. I first get on these calls to ensure that what I'm offering is a fit for you. I want to learn about the challenges you're facing. I want to talk to you about how you can begin to set goals for your progress. But I also want to learn more about you to ensure that you are a fit for the community of women that we're curating and putting together to go on this journey. I am not here to serve everyone, and everyone might not think that I am the coach for you. But I take this intentional next step that puts more time on my calendar of doing things and of vetting women and having these conversations because the integrity of the program is essential. And I want you to know that when you choose to invest in working with me, that we are choosing each other, that I have done my due diligence in ensuring that I am able to provide the results for you and this chapter and phase of your career. So if you're interested in learning more, you can click the link that is in this video or feel free to DM me. We can chat about it and schedule time for us to talk. All right. I hope that you all have enjoyed this series. Please, let me know how you felt about the series. If you want to hear and learn more, I am going to start doing lives a bit more often. Not this often, because this was a lot of lives that we just did. But I hope that you enjoyed it and that you can share the series with other women that you know need this level of development and support. I look forward to seeing your application for the Elevate cohort, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful night.